Can you say a little bit about practicing? What's your process? What are you even practicing working on now?
Yeah, I mean, practicing is always a combination of what I call short-term goals and long-term goals. So a short-term goal is I just got to learn something for the shows that are coming up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term goals are things that are crucial and important to you as a musician, as a player, that are going to require a lot of effort and a long-term approach, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And that can be anything from, you know, learning brushes to playing time to getting a good feel to, you know, developing facility to learning different music styles. I
Yes.
mean, whatever it is, but there's things that you have to continually have an organized palette of long-term goals and short-term goals.
Mm.
Because sometimes what happens is you get, like, let's say I'm called to play on, you know, Luis Miguel's record on
Mm-hmm.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they're like, there's two cha-cha-chas and a tango and, you know, two rumbas or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't spent the time playing a cha-cha-cha or whatever. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's real difficult for me to execute that in an authentic way in the next 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that, you know, those are things that have to be happening long term.
Right.
Understanding of these music styles and
Yes.
the execution of the feel and all these different things that you're developing and working on, so that when those situations come up, you can turn the short-term goal out of that into, well, let me just learn that piece because
Yes.
I know how a cha-cha-cha goes
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I know the feel of it. Now let me see what they're doing with that. And
Right.
right, so there's where, you know, these things sort of interact. I mean,
Sure.
and then the same thing happens in my long-term goal preparation. You know, there's short-term goals inside of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn how to play brushes.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the short-term goal in that? Well, first I got to learn how to just be able to play a swing beat.
Yes.
Feels
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
and is in command enough to like actually control a band
Right.
with these two little wire brush things.
Right.
You know, so there's my short-term goal inside of the long-term goal of learning to play brushes.
Right.
And so there's always a balance back and forth of that. And, you know, one of the things that I do, I have it right here. I have this little book. It says music on the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool.
And it's a little manuscript book. And all my stuff that I'm working on, like I'll show you,
Yeah.
like some of the things I have written in the front, I have like all these sayings written in the front of the pages.
Huh.
Like, it says the 4 T's. This is from Adam Nussbaum. The 4 T's: time, taste, touch, and technique.
Wow.
You know, and then the next one it says you have to earn the right to stay in my mix.
Mm.
Like, you know,
That's
like in the
great.
studio where guys would go, yeah, the guitar's rushing, take him out of my ears.
Yes.
You know?
Right. Right.
I have all these different sayings. There's lots of things. Here's one that's great. You know, don't confuse experience with mastery.
Mm. True.
That's a
Right.
Tony Williams saying.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
because a lot of guys go, I've been playing for 30 years. So
Yeah,
you
right.
go, well, obviously you must be amazing then.
Right. Right.
And you could have been playing horribly for 30 years.
That's
right.
right.
So anyway, and then inside of that is all of my different lessons that I'm working on. And I have everything from artist analyzations in here,
Mm.
where I go through different artists, like Papa Joe Jones artist analyzation. I got, you know, he has great hi-hat work. He was one of the first hi-hat inventors, taking it from the low boy to the hi-hat.
Yeah.
You know, great showmanship was also a part of what he was doing.
Mm.
He created the swing beat on the hi-hat, more than probably one of the first people to do that.
Wow.
Take it from the ride cymbal.
Yes.
And it just goes on and on and on, where I'm learning about other players. And then, I mean, it has even something like here, you can see like circles drawn there to learn brush stuff, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's just stuff that I'm working on. And I can give you the date. Everything is organized.
Wow.
I can give you the date. Like, I'll just look something up here. Here. June of 2012. I'm working on this warm-up exercise that is a molar technique with the hands,
Mm.
right? The 3 strokes of a molar technique with the hands in triplets but double stroke rolls on the pedals.
Wow. Wow.
And I got the tempo ranges. So, and this whole book is just full of all this stuff. So this is what I do, and I spend about an hour a day. Steve spends a lot longer, Smith, by the way, which is disappointing for me.
Right.
But I spend about an hour a day, and normally what I do is I do 15 minutes of just playing. I sit down for 15 minutes. I just play, either with music or solo or something, and kind of just get out of me the desire to play the drums. Because I find it hard for me to go right into some focused learning thing.
Sure.
Right from, I want to play and practice now, and then I go right into this thing. Yeah. It's like, let me play, get it out of my system. Because a lot of times what happens, I think, with guys is they sit down and practice, and then they get bored, or they don't work out that energy, and then they leave that. Right. Play a drum solo, and then in an hour wake up and go, oh yeah, wait a minute, I was working on the right hand.
That's right.
So I work for 15 minutes just playing, having fun, and then for 30 minutes of that hour, I'm very diligent. It's all written down. I work on it very hard. I don't leave it. I try to stay focused. And then for the last 15 minutes, I play along with music and play again. And sort of walk away from the drums feeling good about playing. Because I hate to sit down and work on something that I suck at, for an hour. It doesn't make you, and then get up and leave, and then it make you want to come back tomorrow and do it again.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think that's such a great approach, is to keep it fun, because drums are supposed to be fun, right? This music thing.
It's supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, then go get a regular job.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.